3 days ago, the SMU Mustangs thought they had lost their fourth straight. A Tiara East three-pointer goes down, but it was just moments too late. Disallowed by the officials. Temple dejected, SMU elated. And today, the Mustangs look for their second straight win at home. It's coming up next. You're watching The American on ESPN from the beautiful campus of SMU in Dallas. The Mustangs take on UTSA for the first time ever as American Athletic Conference foes. And welcome in courtside. Along with Brian Burton, I'm John Liddle. Breanna Sorensen will be on along in just a few minutes, and it's so tough to win in conference play. Both of these teams are coming off just very nip and tuck games last time out. But that win for SMU, what do you think it does for this team? They so desperately needed it.
Yeah, this team has shown a lot of resilience, and when you can get one of those games like that and one of those finishes like that in a close game, definitely builds a lot of confidence going forward.
Well, for the UTSA Roadrunners, they are a team built on rebounding, and Alyssa Coleman leads the way with her athleticism inside.
Yeah, just a force, leads this team in points and in rebounds. A force on the glass, shoots a great percentage from the field. She can step out and stretch to mid-range, but also play with her back to the basket. The Mustangs will have their handful defending her. Shantae Embry, meanwhile, is coming off the game of her life. SMU does not win that game against Temple without Embry going off. Yeah, just playing the best basketball of her life. She's doubled her averages in both rebounds and in points in the last two games. She's playing some elite basketball. She's a big-time threat from three, but she's also a force in the paint as well. So look forward to her continuing what she's been doing. The three-pointer, another one, comes up just short by Maya Chandler, who started out the season so well, but 2 of her last 14. Good job to get down the floor by Sydney Love. She's underneath, hits the bucket from Kira White. UTSA starts with a 6-0. Opponents only shoot 35% in conference against them. Deep catch underneath, but the turnaround for Udo doesn't go down. Offensive rebound and stick back by Maya Linton. They are relentless when it comes to going to get second chance opportunities. Only one team has out-rebounded them this season. They played some pretty good teams. Nice cut by Embry. Drop off by Abdur-Rahim for 2. Beautiful pass. Good job cutting off the ball. TK Pitts was picked out by Coach Wilson as one of the better players in the game against Temple, and she gets after the offensive glass here, keeps it alive, down to Bradley, 4-2. What work by TK Pitts. TK Pitts doing what she does. She does the dirty work for this team. She may have the high bun, but she wears a hard hat underneath it. Out high, White with 7 to shoot. Probing left against Young, and it goes, plus the foul. Kira White's first 2, and she can make it a 3-point play. Kira White, an awesome basketball player in this league. You see her off the bounce creating a little bit of contact, a little bit of an awkward landing, but she has already filled the stat sheet. She has 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 points in just 6 minutes of play. Proctor, the freshman guard, sends it inside. The high catch and turning to the bucket, scoring late in the shot clock. Cheyenne Rowe has her first 2. Not playing Henderson at all. Young pull-up jumper, man. What can you do about that? You've got to respect her drive, but then she can hit from 18. Yeah, I love the fact that Coach Wilson and staff keep getting her ball in her sweet spot. When she's at the elbow, it forces the defense to respect the drive, so you have to give her space, and then she's so good at that mid-range pull-up. Again, late in the shot clock, Kira White back in there against the very tough defender Pitts, and White hits it anyway. What a matchup, and Kira White wins it. Yeah, she's just a hooper. She just knows how to play. In a zone as Young handles it. Around the screen. Henderson underneath. Pitts has some space. Her turnaround doesn't fall. Abdur-Rahim, the putback.
To start the second quarter, UTSA leads 17-13 over SMU. And Coach Aston said one thing she absolutely loves about this team is their buy-in. She said even though they may have a young team, these players are invested in putting in the time to improve their game. And that goes with their team motto this year. They came up with the motto during fall training, and that's cash in. She said you have to make those daily deposits on your gameplay in order to cash in and take it all the way. And John and Brian, we could see the outcome of their hard work in that first quarter.
No doubt about it. Thank you so much. This is such a tough team. Karen Aston's teams, whether it be at Texas or North Texas or Charlotte, they've been known for defense and being tough-minded. And now in her 3rd year in San Antonio, that's really starting to take over for the Roadrunners. Yeah, I love the makeup of the team and the way that they designed the team to be able to go young and
build and grow in this program to have continuity.
Reagan Bradley extends the range for three. A set play for Reagan Bradley to start the second quarter. 1-point game.
Yeah, comes right in like nothing happened.
Out of the corner, TK Pitts knocks down a three. Only her fourth of the season, but the Mustangs have back-to-back triples, and they've tied it up.
Yeah, I love the fact that TK didn't hesitate, shot the wide open shot, and here you go with Mustangs in transition after the stop.
Reagan Bradley, 2 feet in the paint, the pull-up good, and SMU has their first lead of the afternoon.
Great job getting stops, playing in transition, get 2 feet in the paint, being on balance. Reagan Bradley continues to play awesome.
Alyssa Coleman against Amira Abdur-Rahim. This is going to be a great matchup, and Coleman is 2 for 2 since coming in.
It just makes it look easy. Just face-up jumper. One of the best things she does is just knock down those short-range jump shots.
Two-man game between White and Coleman, but reversing it to the other side. And a wide-open look for Sydney Love. The first three-point make for UTSA comes off the hands of Sydney Love.
Yeah, I love the way this UTSA team shares the ball. You literally can tell they don't care who gets the credit. Already 8 assists in this game with just 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Just really sharing the rock and doing it together.
Outstanding number, and Abdur-Rahim quickly turns to the bucket. This game's opened up offensively all of a sudden.
Yeah, still one of the most improved players in this league. She lost her man on that one, unfortunately, behind the head, and great pass. Another assist by UTSA. Nia Linton is the one to get it, but yeah, that's assist number 4 for Kira White. And don't look now, she's on a triple-double pace. Less than 10 minutes, 5 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. So that's something we'll definitely be watching. Nobody stops Sydney Love, kicks it out to the corner, wide open three, and ring it up. Coming off the bench, Emma Lucio, the freshman from Edinburgh in South Texas. Yeah, transition defense the last few possessions has not been to SMU's favor. Great job by UTSA pushing the pace. You have to stop ball, and she made the great decision to kick to the corner.
That Abdur-Rahim bucket stops a 6-0 run. Abdur-Rahim up to 7 points.
Yeah, she continued to take that mid-range jumper.
Jump stop by Coleman, blocked by Abdur-Rahim. She leads the conference in blocks with 34 and then tumbles so awkwardly over Udo. She'll need a moment.
You have some really talented players, many who have transferred from the Power 5 level to be at this level, and great job diving the floor. Luckily, there wasn't anything that happened with her lower body and her leg and knees, but good job. You can tell the urgency for both teams of how bad they want to win this game and how much each possession matters.
Embry, great look for three and rolls it down. Shantae Embry still hot from deep. Embry, deep one. You bet. Shantae Embry puts SMU back in front.
Coach Ashton was literally clapping. Get up, get up. She didn't get up quick enough. And Embry lets it fly, nothing but the bottom of the net.
How do you know when you're a shooter? You're not afraid to pull the trigger from 26 or 27, and right back the other way. A three-pointer for Alyssa Coleman, her third of the year.
With 4:39 left in the second quarter, UTSA leads 33-31 over SMU. There's no doubt that Shantae Embry has had a huge impact for the Mustangs these last few games. Before coming back from an injury 2 games ago, she had her season high, and then last game, she shattered that with her career high 24 points. So I spoke to Shantae before the game, and I asked her, what has been your mindset while you were injured to come back so dominantly? She said while she was injured, she was able to watch the game from a different perspective. On the bench, she was able to analyze things in a new way. And on top of that, while she was out, she said she became more motivated than ever to come back and dominate this season. We can see that right now with her, Brian.
Yeah, I think she's playing the best basketball of her season, of her career, to be honest. And sometimes when the game is taken away from you, as Coach Wilson talked about, you gain a different perspective, as Bree just kind of broke down. And you can tell that her focus is really, it's never been about the talent for her, but maybe more so the focus and the perspective that she's playing with now is awesome, and you got to give her credit.
Bradley, late in the shot clock, forced to put up a deep three, and it's the first miss from 3 this quarter for the SMU Mustangs. A better job defensively by UTSA on that possession, because both teams have been shooting really well from the field in this quarter. You look at that, 70% for SMU, 60% for UTSA. Why has this game opened up a little bit here in this quarter?
Yeah, I think players just starting to play well, and when the ball goes in, sometimes it creates its own momentum. Not that both teams aren't playing good defense, but the shot making is definitely picked up, and it's contagious, just like a bad cold or even, you know.
Pink eye? Laughter?
Laughter, there we go. We'll go with something a little more positive.
You've seen Trolls 3. It just makes me think of pink eye. Makes me think of conjunctivitis way too much lately.
Yeah, you've been hanging out with your kids.
You know it. You know it. They're the best on the planet. From out front, the freshman, Lucio, loses it. Young picks her pocket. 2-on-2. Young now almost 1-on-3, and what an acrobatic finish from the left side.
Yeah, in transition, she's almost unstoppable. Unless you can get in front of her and take a charge, if she sees shoulders, she's going to be able to get a bucket or a foul.
I haven't heard that one before. If she sees shoulders. I like that. You have to break that down for me. Lucio lofts another one. SMU hanging with UTSA on the boards. What does that say to you?
Yeah, I just think that, again, I've talked about the resilience of this group. They're tough, they're scrappy, and they're about trying to figure out how to win ball games.
Jaya Perry coming off maybe her best ball game against Temple with 9 points, just short on the 3. Sydney Love, second-year starter at the point guard spot. Local kid out of Cibolo Steel. Now White, who actually leads the team in assists per game at 5. And here's why. Such great vision, and Udo the finish.
I mean, White just makes it look easy. Great ball screen, continuity offense that they're running. Did a good job showing on the ball screen, but you got to have a tag from the corner. The tag was too late, and great job reading the backside defenders by White.
It really doesn't matter where you are in the standings. You and I have both seen games on the women's side in the American this season where teams on the bottom have challenged teams on the top down to one-possession games at the end. You just got to bring it every single day.
Yeah, you're not really sure where everything's going to shake out. January is still kind of where everyone's going through the grind and figuring out where is everything going to land. February is more about that separation, so everybody's trying to figure out how to get one more win so they can keep climbing up the ranks.
Bradley, and one from deep. What a big play. Asia Proctor got a little too close, and Reagan Bradley hits the 3, and we'll go to the line.
Bradley with the beautiful stroke. Great follow through, staying on 1 foot. A little bit of explanation point. Good job right there. Just feeling good about shooting the rock. This young lady was challenged by her coach. She has really responded so well, and already 10 points in this game, 2 of 4 from 3.
With more on the Little Rock native, here's Bree Sorensen.
Reagan Bradley has been such a vocal leader for the Mustangs in this time of adversity, overcoming injuries for the Mustangs. She's been the one who the players have been turning to for positive words during practices, games, and film sessions, and she's been putting in the work. She's been showing up 30 minutes before shoot-around and staying late after practice, and you can see her hard work paying off here today as she just got a steal right then.
Bradley with Pitts trying to throw it across, and it's going to stay with SMU, knocked out by Maya Linton as she hustled back.
Has to carry an even bigger load. Ella Brow is out from early in the year, who was also her backcourt teammate from last year, so Bradley really stepping up when the Mustangs need it.
Now she's led the team in minutes per game during conference play and takes it to the cup here. She's got 10 in this quarter alone.
Yeah, she's been absolutely hooping.
2-minute drought for UTSA. Linton trying to put an end to it. It's a deep 2 from Maya Linton. She has 6 points.
Yeah, foot just crossed the line. Good shot, good open look. Good job passing the ball. I love the way this UTSA team passes the basketball. 13 assists in the first half, just 6 turnovers. Really good, unselfish play by the Roadrunners.
That is absolutely pretty. SMU leading by 1, has a chance to take the final shot, and Tierra Young against Adara Udo. 6 to shoot, trying to take Udo behind the back. Nice dump inside, Pitts, and 1 with a second left in the half.
Gotta love the showtime here in Dallas on the stage. Putting her a little bit on skates, and with a dime inside, TK Pitts continues to do the dirty work and play with such passion and emotion. Love the way this SMU team just continues to respond. Can't say enough about, again, a resilient group and how much they just continue to fight and claw no matter who is available to play, no matter what's going on. And they are headed into halftime with a little bit of extra momentum.
Pitts trying to get her own miss. But TK Pitts and the SMU Mustangs lead it 40-37 after a back and forth first half. UTSA had a lead as many as 8. SMU comes back to take the advantage at the break. TK Pitts with 5. UTSA going into their bench to get buckets from Cheyenne Rowe. You're watching the American on ESPN. 20 minutes. UTSA finds themselves down by 3, and our Breanna Sorensen caught up with Karen Aston, head coach of the Roadrunners, to talk about halftime adjustments. Bree.
Yeah, that's right. I just spoke to Coach Aston about what she'd like to see differently in the second half, and she said offensively, they just need to score more. They're 3 from 10 from 3, so she said you're going to see in this second half them feeding the ball inside the paint more. She said defensively, they just need to limit those second chance points. She said that they need to get the rebounds, and that's something they've been struggling with. She said the energy is there. Now they just need to execute. Back to you guys.
Great job with the block by Amira Abdul-Rahim.
Quick turn to the bucket. Beautiful feed, and Shantae Embry can get it done inside the paint, too.
Yeah, and again, going back to what Tolia Wilson told us, she talked about getting Embry to face the basket early in the game, so then as the game goes on and she plays back to the basket like you see there from UTSA, that she can be able to score in those little easy situations.
And with a fun fact, because I love fun facts, here's Bree Sorensen.
Yes, all the fun facts. SMU scored 27 points in the second quarter, marking the second most points in a quarter this season. The first one was the first quarter. It was 30 points against Alabama State. Like I said, this is the 27 points is the second most points in a quarter this season.
I'm having so much fun right now after that fun fact. And
hey, as is Reagan Bradley right here with the layup and the and one. As they say on the playground, big time job in this game of putting her foot on the gas and continue to be aggressive. Sometimes with Reagan Bradley, she's so thoughtful of her teammates, she doesn't put her assertiveness forward, and she's really done that in this game, and it is making a huge difference for the Mustangs, giving them another offensive boost. That was one of the keys to the game for the Mustangs.
Largest lead for the Mustangs. Good take down to the baseline to White. Grabs her own miss for a moment, but ripped away by Bradley. SMU running. Abdur-Rahim twirls to the cup for 2.
And that's what you love to see players do. Respond when you make a mistake. She got the steal back, pushed the transition, and got the assist.
Udo against Embry. But Abdur-Rahim comes over to get her third block and leaks out ahead. Young hits her. Abdur-Rahim flying to the cup for 2. 6-point SMU lead.
Beautiful basketball right there. Great double team by Amira to get the block, and then took off on a sprint to make sure she got that layup. Great pass by Young.
Look, Kira White, another rebound, but throws it a little too soft. 7th turnover this quarter. Young to the cup, like you said, when she sees shoulders, it's over. The handoff to White, can't get downhill, but her pull-up free throw line jumper stops the SMU run.
Good pass, good take, good defense.
Proctor out of the corner, having a tough game, but it comes right back to her, and she steps to the bucket for 2. Abdur-Rahim doubled inside. Here comes Embry. Reversal, crawls off, but Pitts is there for the tap back.
TK Pitts again on the glass, sticking her tongue out with a little putback layup.
Sydney Love playing for the final shot. Perry gets knocked down, but Love steps through, lays it in past the shot blocker, and we've got a 5-point game heading to the 4th quarter. An American Conference battle in Dallas coming down to the final quarter. Adara Udo, the freshman from just down the road, has gotten it done for UTSA.
Yeah, the homecoming's been very nice because she's made it that way in the paint, done a great job battling, and meanwhile, Reagan Bradley, the 5th-year senior, 2 opposite ends of the spectrum. You got a rookie and you got a vet, and the veteran is leading her team with a victorious point to this game, leading by 5. Both teams fighting for the final victory when the buzzer goes off after the 4th.
Whips it up top. Kira White, 17-footer, fills it up.
Steal.
Reversal to Bradley, open 3, bangs it down, tying her career high with 18 points.
Her mind was made up on that one. I'm letting this one fly, and hits nothing but the bottom. She sticks her tongue out of joy, like, okay, this is my night.
Approaching a double-double with 9 points, 11 rebounds. Good job to stop on the baseline and score it by Sydney Love, the 2nd-year starter at point. Abdur-Rahim, ball above her head, fires it out to Young. 3rd leading scorer in the league, but Embry gets lost underneath. Young feeds her the basketball. Timeout on the floor with SMU going back up by 8.
With 6:34 left in the fourth quarter, SMU leads 61-53 over UTSA. Coach Wilson described Tierra Young as the ultimate mismatch problem. She can bring the ball up and play the 4. She can facilitate plays while also driving to the basket. But I spoke to Tierra before the game about how much of a relief it's been for her to have Shantae Embry back and take a little bit of pressure off of her. She said it's great to have a teammate back who has experience and someone she can really trust. She said they also just have a great connection, and we just saw that connection with that beautiful pass from Tierra to Shantae down low.
And Bree Sorensen has more on Alyssa Coleman.
Yeah, Coach Aston described Alyssa Coleman as the anchor to the team. She said that her and Kira clearly have the most experience on the team, so she's really anchored their defense. And on top of that, she's become a lot more versatile on offense this year as well. Coach said that the team is so much better when Alyssa is playing well, and she's been playing well here tonight.
9 points for Coleman despite not starting and not playing the first quarter. Bradley inside, Young in a double, doesn't matter. Tierra Young, big guard. 13 to shoot for SMU as Young takes the screen, fires a contested jumper, but knocks it down. Tierra Young, another huge basket. Finished that game on an 8-0 run. High-low. Abdur-Rahim able to finish off the great pass from TK Pitts. That will do it. The SMU Mustangs power their way past UTSA, outmatching the Roadrunners in the fourth quarter and winning by 17. Time to name our Simmons Bank Player of the Game. Proud sponsor of SMU, member FDIC, and it's the fifth-year senior Reagan Bradley.
Yeah, she did it all tonight. Reagan Bradley was sensational, inspiring performance, tied her career high, 7 assists, just 1 turnover, countless leadership, 36 minutes. She's probably exhausted, but it was all worth it.
You bet it is, and she's with our Bree Sorensen.
Reagan, you tied your career high, 18 points. How great does it feel after all your hard work to see it pay off here today in such a competitive game?
It's been great. I know that I've been having to really work on my game, work on my shooting more, and just seeing it pay off today, especially after us just bouncing back after a few of these losses, has been really good. It's been great.
Coach Wilson said that in order to win this game that you'd have to have less than 15 turnovers. Today, SMU only had 8. How proud are you of the team with the way they were just playing clean basketball out there?
I'm super proud. I know one thing we've been focusing on is just not turning that ball over. So for us to only have 8 turnovers tonight is really good. I'm super proud of my team, yeah.
Absolutely, and 4 different Mustangs scored in double digits. What does that say about the depth on this team when this team is playing well?
It says that you got to guard all of us. Like, it can be anybody's night, any given night. So it just says you got to respect all of us, respect us from the 3, respect us in the paint. So, yeah, we just got a lot of depth.